Today we are taking you to see the ghost town of Swansea, Arizona. Once a bustling copper town, Swansea's story is a classic tale of Old West ambition, fortune, and a quick decline. As you can see, the roads to access Swansea are a mix of gravel and sand, but also sometimes huge rocks, to me anyways, when you have a two-wheel drive. Much of it isn't too bad, but the last few miles are not for the faint of heart. You will need either a side-by-side, four-wheel drive, or all-wheel. Again, I would not attempt this in my two-wheel drive 4Runner, but I know some have made it down there. You may or may not make it because the problem is that it depends on the weather and other vehicles and what they do to the road. I just want to say a huge thanks to Dave, my friend, who drove with his four-wheel drive huge pickup that could handle this kind of a road. In fact, I asked Dave if he could give me some notes on actually accessing the town of Swansea. And so he did that. He put a bunch of different, I think it's like 6 or 7 points to think about. So I will include that in the description so you can look at it, make sure that you can access it, and access it with confidence, I guess is the way to put it. So thank you, Dave, for that as well. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the history of the town and why on earth we would go through all of this to get to this town. In the 1860s, prospectors struck copper in this remote region, but it wasn't until the early 1900s that serious development began. By 1909, the town was renamed Swansea after the copper-rich region in Wales. Like many mining towns, Swansea's fate was tied to the volatile price of copper. Its remote location, although initially a source of opportunity, became a challenge as resources dwindled to focus on marketing and not on better equipment. Huge mistake made by the company, because by 1912, the Clara Consolidated Gold and Copper Mining Company had to declare bankruptcy. So Swansea's residents packed up, leaving behind a ghost town. Although this is quite common, this kind of history, it was new to me. I hadn't seen any kind of ghost town, mining towns at all, so that I enjoyed. And also the drive itself, it is kind of tricky. Dave did it, so I didn't have to think about it. I got to just soak in the landscape, which is really beautiful. And so if you get a chance to go, I do recommend it if you can have the right vehicle. As you can see, these two goodest good boys relaxed and took a nap during that time. But if you have a busy dog, make sure that you give them a little bit of exercise. Partway down, as you can get a first look at Swansea, you'll see that there's some boards that have the descriptions and explanations, also good safety things to keep in mind as you're in the desert. And then also there's a pit toilet or two. I think there are two. But anyways, so that is a helpful thing as well. Bring your own toilet paper, though. There is none. And also have your own, hand sanitizer with you, too. Flynn gave it his blessing, as you can see. Well, okay, a couple times he did that. But if you've never had a boy dog before, you get me. It's quite the culture shock when you've had girl dogs. So here we are going by the bridge, and that is the original bridge, it looks like. And I would not even walk over it. It's pretty scary. Because I like to arrive alive. So as you continue down the road just a little bit farther, you come to this area where I got out of the truck to show you around a little bit. It starts to show you the buildings, the ruins of them, the foundations, and it does explain that it's an archaeological site, and that if you see someone doing any vandalization, to please speak up. They have a phone number there, and you can call. And you can see my shadow is pretty big here because we were there in the afternoon. We couldn't make up our minds for a while. And then we decided to go ahead and do this. And it's quite the drive, as I keep saying. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I wouldn't go in the afternoon again. I would go earlier. I know that Dave would agree. We both said it, that we would actually leave earlier and get there earlier so that you can have more time to walk around and enjoy it. Just a heads up. You can see the sign there for the Mess and Recreation Hall. Now, a mess hall was a large dining room, and I'm explaining this because if there's anybody that's not from the United States and doesn't know, I just wanted to share that. And the recreation hall would be like for social activities, such as games and different ways of socializing. And you can see my focus went to some large birds way out there. I don't know if they're ravens. Ravens are massive blackbirds. So I think that's what that was, but I'm not sure. The general store, I love those. I grew up in the Northeast, and so we had general stores left over from that era. And that would be, everything from groceries to toys, all sorts of things could be found there. Next up, you'll see that Dave joins me and we head to the housing area. Alright.
They probably have this really nice veranda out here you can sit on. All this nice sidewalk. And a nice building here. All with a big roof that went way over. Keep it nice and cool. All day long.
I mean, they really had a nice view. It's really pretty.
Yeah. It was a brick building, obviously, too.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing that they did some work on these to keep them from dilapidating.
Falling in, yeah.
The big mine shaft is over there.
Over that way?
And that's all covered with a big steel grate.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Can see
And
it.
then this one right up here behind us, too, that drops down thousands of feet.
Seriously, hiking boots would definitely work. Hang on, Flinny.
I always have to watch what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Man, you have your women in you? Yeah.
Not really.
Look at these places.
The wood.
The floors are torn out.
Yeah.
You know, they had, looks like they had floors. This is flooring.
Oh, this stuff under my feet, yeah.
Yeah, here's one with a floor. They put plywood in it, so it looks like they were trying to salvage it.
There's a bed frame.
The bed frame.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're trying to keep it.
But yeah, it's. Can you imagine living in these with a bunch of guys or your wife and kids?
No. It's a beautiful view, but not really. Take that too. Wow, there's a bunch of them.
Where's the dogs go?
That blue sky. Looks like somebody's trying to live in there.
There's 12 of these buildings just like this here.
Huh.
Wow. I'm glad we came out here.
Are you peeing everywhere? Are you peeing everywhere? You are. You're a stinker.
Look at this though. I think that's original.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just decorative.
Yeah.
And I think somebody did that when they lived here.
Yeah, because there's even some more red over here too.
Miner talk. That's called a mine dump.
Mine dumped that right here in front of us.
9 out of 10 people go, look at the tailings pile.
Oh, so it's not called
Tailings is what comes
You're
out
gonna
of
teach
a
us
mill. A
So-
mine dump
Mine dump.
is what comes out of the ground.
Okay.
What they overburden that they don't use.
Oh, all right. There you go. It's
So
called
just
overburden.
discarded.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not ore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's stuff they have to dig through that's not got any value to it.
At this point, we were realizing we should start to head back, but we got in the truck and wanted to look around a little bit at some of the other buildings, the smelter, and probably from different storage and things. The reason I got rid of the sound is because the diesel truck is quite loud, and I didn't want to do that to you, because you'll hear it a little bit in a couple seconds here, but you can see the different piles, the different structures that they had. Just wanted to show you the landscape around it as well. So Dave was just pointing out that you don't want to let your dog out. They can get in here and then fall thousands of feet down into the shaft. And this is how people get in, I guess. I don't know. Looks pretty tight to me, but no thank you. Just to show you some of the nice scenery that we noticed on the way out. So here's an archway. There's definitely people driving around it and walking around it. And then you'll get to see on the other side the like a valley that's created. That you get to see the kind of overview. Many thanks to Dave for his knowledge because he shares it happily and he's into history. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.